Today I'm visiting landscape architect Richard Neville of Natural Habitats, who's transformed a tired residential backyard into a luxury oasis. Well, Richard, this is a pretty common scenario. Subdivided property, long driveway.
We've tried to keep it really simple, create a green corridor that introduces a lushness with the planting and focuses your view down the end.
I love the linear style as well, so you're going to have this lovely kind of canopy in the future.
That's right, in time the dipsis will grow up, give you a greater sense of privacy, and will be a nice green corridor.
Well, this is a beautiful entrance, Richard. What's the story behind it?
Part of that was a change in materiality, gives you a really nice sense of arrival, adds value to the front of the property, and it's a key focal point from the top of the drive.
Because when you come here now, this is, we've got these sort of lovely European-looking cobbles here. They remind me of those, those little streets that you kind of walk down. It's a pedestrian thing, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. The driveway did meet the front door, and you could have even parked a car at the front door.
We've got very minimal planting down the driveway, and it's starting to get a little bit more sophisticated, a bit more complex. When we start getting into this area, we get closer to the rear of the garden, and the view from the driveway is actually through this lovely little gap. There's no gate,
yeah,
and it just takes you right through to the rear garden. From the top of the driveway, you can see right through into here.
It was really important to reveal things along the way.
Yep.
So it's a process of destinations and revealing different things as you move along. We've also got the band of palms, which extends all the way down.
Right, so across this wall here, they're very similar to what's on the driveway.
Exactly, yeah, and that leads your eye down, gives a great feeling of continuity right through the garden, yep, and leads you on into the backyard.
And I guess this is the main part of the garden.
Yeah, absolutely. This is where it's all revealed. Great dining area here, and then you walk through to a casual lounging. It's a really nice place to be, nice destination.
I mean, it's a great deck space. It's like a real extension of the house, real extension of the outdoor living.
What we really tried to do was embrace the landscape. There was a conversation with the clients about maximising the deck space, and we thought it might be nice to actually have these pockets of planting and invite the landscape in, and then embrace the landscape beyond.
Because actually, between the hard and soft landscaping, I mean, the proportions are, are perfect. Actually, it's a very natural feel, but we've got these really big open living areas, and I think that's really impressive, something that's quite hard to do.
Yeah, the dining area there is a nice extension of the house. It's a little bit smaller, a little bit more intimate, and then you move through into this lounging area by the fireplace, and it has a more casual feel about it. A really common conversation we have, whether it's decks or concrete areas, patios, is actually the proportions of those and how they work. Clients often like to just have more deck.
Yep.
And it doesn't necessarily give you a better feeling in that space. A big part of the design is embracing the landscape beyond, and the idea that visually you own that even though it's not your property.
That's amazing, because we're in an urban environment. We're a stone's throw from the city centre, and there's this amazing stream going through the middle of the back garden, and there's all this wildlife, there's all these eels in the stream. It's amazing.
Exactly. The stream was really the key driver behind the whole thing. There was limited access down a slippery bank to the eels, which they were feeding at the time. We've now created a real opportunity to go down there and interact with them. Let's have a look at those eels.
These rocks are impressive. Tell you, I've moved a few of these, so I know how much work's involved.
I'm glad you've said that, actually, because they're actually not real.
Oh, is that right?
These are made out of concrete. We would have liked to have got real rocks in here, but access was a little bit difficult. As a result of that, we've got artificial rocks. These are in situ concrete rocks which are sculpted on site. So it's a bit of an art form, really.
But definitely, they're really, really convincing, and they're not hollow or anything. They actually feel like rock when you're walking across them.
Exactly, yeah.
And they lead you down to the stream. I just can't get over actually how beautiful this is, and it's full of eels.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The eels are something that were there from the start, but this is a really nice way to embrace that.
Well, Richard, it's funny coming to this part of the garden. It's completely different from the front, and it's like a real natural, I don't know, it's like a wilderness. It's beautiful.
Yeah, we tried to create a tropical oasis. It's a really important transition from formal dining over the wharf and then continuing into the garden.
And I think if there's one thing that describes this garden, it's balance. Things are prominent. We've got a wharf, that we walk over across water, so we feel like there's water, and that's important, but it's not over the top. The whole thing is just so immaculately balanced. I think that's the really impressive thing about it. I've come from one end to the other and it's been sort of seamless. You know, I feel like I've been in the same property the whole time.
Yeah, I think it's nice to create environments which are comfortable, and this is a really nice opportunity for reflection. You can look back to the house, you can embrace the water there and the rocks and the eels and read a book.